Is it a little frustrating against Denver, like given the lineup they rolled
Oh
out
no,
there?
it doesn't matter what lineup is out there. Just going out there winning. We felt like we left some plays out there. We could have executed. We could have made some more layups. We could have hit some more shots. It's the NBA. It doesn't matter what lineups out there. People are gonna play hard. Uh, they play extremely hard. Some other players stepped up for them, and that's what's gonna be expected in this league. A lot of people are really talented. They did a great job of stepping up, but we gotta
Darko said
finish some shots, make some shots. Yeah.
The other day, Darko said that the starts were bothering him. The first quarter were upsetting to him. When you're out there, what do you feel they're good or bad, or where can we improve?
I think that first quarter it was kind of going back and forth, but I think at the end of it, I think it kind of got a little carried away. But it happens. You want to control it, you want it to be in your favor, but sometimes it just happens to be that way.
The comeback's almost a double-edged sword, where it's like it's good to know that you guys are capable of locking in and coming back with big deficits, but at the same time, you don't want to have to rely on that.
No, I just think I don't know. How much were we down?
8 in the fourth.
14.
And what?
We're down 8 with about 8 minutes left.
That's not even that bad. But yeah, that's not that bad for. But I guess it just put some urgency in us that we should have had throughout the game. Sometimes things isn't going our way. It's not going our way, but we always got to lock in on that defensive side of the ball. I think we get away from that, and then you see that second group come in, pick it back up for us, and now the whole game is changing, physicality is changing, us getting to the paint, creating for each other. Everything just changes, but we got to start the game that way, set the tone. We got to be better as a first group to set that tone.
The first voting returns for the fan All-Star thing came out a few days ago. Were you as surprised as we were that you weren't in the top 20 in the East, and do you feel any way about it?
I don't really think I was surprised. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to win basketball games. At the end of the year, when our defense come out, I think I'll be more worried about that.
You've said before the year that the individual accolades, that stuff will come with winning, and you guys have been winning.
Yeah.
Is it just one of those things that it takes people some time to catch on to a team that was losing last year and is winning this year?
I don't know. I'm just going out there trying to play basketball at the highest level. That's what I feel like I've been doing.
Having a couple of triple-doubles in the last 3 games, that's got to get people's attention. Is that a level of production you think you can hit a little semi-regularly now? You've kind of been
pretty much kind of close to there. When things is just going right, things going right. Things been going right. I'm just trying to be more intentional on rebounding. Pushing the ball in fast break. It's great having RJ back out there. He gets me some free assists, with how he runs the floor, his shot making. He gives me some free assists all the time. So, it's good that we're running, getting our habits right. Just trying to lock in on rebounding. When I score, it just happens to be there.
Since the Miami game, you guys have been seeing a lot of zone, maybe before that too. How do you feel you guys are performing against zone?
When we get to our spots and we're running it right, I feel like we're doing it the right way. I love being in there when they're in the zone. There's always like a place in the zone where, you can find an opening. I find that opening, I feel like, all the time. I feel like I get the shot that I want, the shot that the team wants. I love when that goes on.
You seem to find the nail against the zone, right in the middle, right at the lane. Nail. Is that where you operate the best from, do you think?
I just think that's where, they leave the opening. So you just got to find some. Sometimes they switch it up. Sometimes they go 1-3-1. Sometimes they go like a little 3-2. Sometimes they put the big man up. Just find it, attack it, get the ball there, either shoot a midi. Sometimes we get some back cuts. They drop off, hit the corner. You just got to find the spots.
Is there any aspect of your game this season so far where you feel like you've surprised yourself?
Surprised myself? I don't even know. Like I said, I'm just going out there trying to win. I feel like I'm not doing nothing crazy different. Just playing the right way, doing what it takes to win. trying to help out my teammates as best as possible.
When you look at your three-point shooting, for example, you had mentioned before the season how your fingers needed to heal, and that was kind of the main thing with your last season. How did you feel about it so far?
Last season, I still shot it with confidence. It was just broke. It wasn't going in. I still shot it with confidence. I felt like every single one was going in. Just staying confident, just shooting it. The last game, they let me shoot it. I want to shoot it so bad too. So thank you, appreciate it.
Zach, Yak's been out so long. You've been playing tons of minutes at 5.
I've been out like 4 games.
But I think Coach Edelman from Denver was saying, look, when Scottie's playing 5, it's not small ball. When the rebounding numbers would show it. Do you kind of enjoy it? Like, they get to put you on the block a little bit. You can play make out of there. You can beat some guys. Rebounding's obviously there. Like,
do I enjoy it? It is what it is. Do I love having Yak out there? I do love having Yak out there. CMB's been doing a great job stepping in, filling that role as well. His offense rebounding numbers have been off the charts, helping us rebound, getting blocks, rotating. So that's been great for us as well. So it's hard for him to be off the floor. Just got to stop fouling a little bit, it helps him out. But, I love having those 5 men out there. I have a great connection with them when I'm out there on the floor. I miss Yak out there.
How did Mo Bamba so far in practice?
I think he's been doing a great job getting adjusted to it, figuring out plays, figuring out what spots he needs to be at, where coach wants him. I feel like he can just be great for us defensively. With how long his arms are, shot blocking at the rim, he can be great for us defensively as well.
How did it feel when Colin started the third quarter? You and he were sort of switching on JV and Murray pick and roll. It's sort of the first extended time we've seen that. How did it feel to sort of have that, defensive option? Like what you?
No, we've been doing that.
I know, but to start a quarter, that's like they were running a lot of 1-5 pick and roll, and they, how does that feel for you just to be able to switch with somebody with such similar defensive skills to you?
That's regular for us. We've been doing that. It feels good, I guess, if that's what I'm going to say.
I don't want you to say anything.
It's great.
You can say the question is stupid and I'm not very smart. That's fine.
No. What a great question. We've been doing that, but, it's great to know that I can trust someone to have my back, similar size, strong as hell, be able to switch no matter where out there on the floor. He can guard guards, guard bigs, 1 through 5. Colin can do that. Shout out Colin Murray-Boyles.
Just asking Scottie about sort of the ability to switch with Colin at the start of the third quarter there, and he rightly pointed out they've been doing that a lot, maybe just not in the starting lineup. How nice is it to have 2 such flexible, versatile defenders that you can switch a 1-5 with 2 6'8" guys or whatever?
For sure. You always, when you look at your roster, like the best and easiest coverage all over is to just switch everything. It's hard to play against that. But for that, you gotta have personnel that matches that style of play. And those 2 guys, they're perfectly matched. Like they can do pretty much same stuff on the ball and off the ball. Obviously, CMB is younger and a rookie and coming to the league and learning a lot, learning about matchups and personnel. And Scottie is doing a really, really good job of communicating with him and helping him on a spot and trying to teach him on the fly, So it is a huge advantage for us when we have 2 guys like that are capable to switch any pick and roll or DHO.
The other night you talked about you wanted to take a look at your starts in the first quarter to analyze what the issues there with giving up 32 points the other night. Did you see anything that you liked or didn't like or you needed to change?
A lot of times they're trying to get good balance of the lineup that can provide us some offense, and at the same time to be good defensively. And I thought the other night that we were really getting good quality looks, from the 3-point line, touching the paint, layups. We just missed a lot of shots there. Our defense for 3 quarters was pretty good. We did not do a great job in that first quarter. And second half in 22 and 21 points, keeping them in the third and the fourth quarter was on a high level. So it's constantly searching for that fine balance. They still have good offense, and while we're thinking the start of that fourth quarter, I already got to think about who's going to be finishing the game, who's going to be closing the game. So I cannot run those guys through the wall and too long, because we got to go to some guys there to finish the game there as well.
Scottie was saying he's been very intentional about his rebounding. Certainly the numbers would suggest that. How much of a benefit or a luxury has it been to be able to play him basically at the 5 with Yak about, and sometimes even when Yak has been available, he's played a lot of minutes.
And I think it speaks a volume about Scottie, and his ability to adjust, to guard fives, to guard point guards, to start as a point guard, to start as a 4-man offensively. I don't know how he does it, but like any position we put him in, he knows our whole playbook. We put him in position foul. He doesn't need to script. He already knows like what he needs to do, how he needs to run offense, and he's doing a really good job of finding his way to play around the dunker spot more and to be closer to the rim for offensive rebounding primarily there. And I think defensively, when he rebounds the ball, he has such a good court vision. He allows us to run with the first touch, with those first passes, and he also does a really good job of pushing the ball in transition. So anytime that he rebounds the ball, I feel that we have advantage.
I was saying the other night, he's putting up some numbers that, like, Jokic is one of the few who touches them. Is it fair to say, when you've seen him go for these big triple-doubles 2 out of 3 nights, is it fair to say, let's do it maybe once a week, to be a little more frequent in that kind of production? And
I think for Scottie, every night is definitely opportunity for double-doubles. I think points and rebounds, they should always be there. Assists are the hard part, because I look a lot of times after the games like our potential assists. This game, I believe we had 22 assists, but our potential assists we had 67. So we missed a lot of shots. Our bench was 0-18 from the three-point line. None of those came off the dribble. All of those came like kickouts and good shots, good opportunities. So Scottie, I believe that he should be, and that he is a double-double machine every night. And I think that his triple-doubles can be more frequent as well.
Darko, you mentioned what it takes to play a full.
We're not the only team. I think every team in NBA is searching for that. That consistency. The game is long. 48 minutes is a long game. It's really hard to sustain it over the course of whole game. But how do we have a better start? How do we do better job of executing in the stretches? Okay, there's going to be a stretch that we don't score for 3-4 possessions in a row. Can we get 3-4 stops in a row? I think those are the challenges for a young team, understanding that even when things are not working for us offensively, we gotta really focus on defense, and defense gotta give us a chance every single night.
How much has the game changed in that regard? Because even we're talking to Scottie, okay, well, yeah, you've kind of been relying on the comeback recently. He asked how much were we down the other night, and I think it was 13 or 14, which in today's game probably isn't as much as it would have been 10, 15 years ago, right?
I agree with that because there's more possessions in the game. Teams are playing with more pace, and if you have a 10, 12, 15-point lead start of the fourth quarter, nobody in this league feels safe. Oh, we're just going to close the game over here, So you really got to find a way in the fourth quarter to up 10, down 10, you're still in the game. And a little small run that makes it a 4-point game. You're right now in it, So that fourth quarter gives me I see a lot of defensive intentionality, and what we do on a high level defensively there that helps us to hang in the fourth quarter and maybe have those comebacks. But as I said, it cannot just be that last possession. It cannot be last minute of the game. It's everything that led to that. And I thought in this game that how many layups we just missed. I think we missed wide open layups, 7 or 8 of those. We were missing free throws. We made some wide open shots. That's we gotta be better. We do when we create those advantages, actually to benefit from those.
The play. I mean, it didn't end up being fundamental to the outcome, but the play where Jamal Murray got that I guess you guys were fronting him when the lob came over. Was the play to play in front of him, or was the play behind him, or kind of an easy shot to give up at that point?
Yeah, so on the previous play, we did a good job of denying that and then being in a position to foul them where we wanted to foul them and not allow main guys to catch the ball. On that last play, probably we should be a little bit more on inside and not allow that easy there. And they did a good job of flashing Tim Hardaway there and allowing that there was no safety to help him that
And you
play.
would have fouled on the catch, in theory?
For sure, that was the plan. And we wanted to foul pretty much anybody outside of Murray there at the end of the game.